Hello?
Hi. We're not recording yet.
We're not?
That's
red. Recording. It's red. That's recording.
No, it's green and it's recording.
No, it's recording.
Are you sure?
I'm 31 seconds in.
Okay, I'm dumb.
So last week we recorded a show, except we forgot to turn on the recording. You're just
now my
worried
brain is
now.
messed up.
Yeah, because last week it was green the whole time.
You should sit next to me.
Hi.
You should sit next to me.
Am I not sitting next to you?
You know, you gotta move over closer.
Oh, come on. Isn't that perfectly spaced?
No, I'm closer to the center than you
Welcome
are.
to the Paul Girls. Welcome to the
Call Girls Investment Club podcast mini episode.
The argument never ends.
This is going to be a different episode because we didn't do much trading this week. So
we just lost money and sat there.
Instead of talking about us losing money and being depressing, we've got a machine. We've got your stocks. We've plugged them in. We're gonna talk about them with you.
That's right. It's gonna be all our predictions.
Our magical predictions. Because here's the thing: is that we lost money because we weren't looking at the machine.
Actually, we looked at it. We said something was going to happen, and then
both of us did the opposite. we ignored it. And we were wrong. So we're going it back to machine.
You know, honestly, the reason I did the opposite is I had something. The machine said it was going to go down, and then it started going up the next day, and it's like I got fooled by the momentum, This is based this is an spreadsheet I made with a bunch of calculations, and then I charted it, and it's based on the exponential moving average. I spent a lot of time talking to Michael this week about each cell of my spreadsheet, showing him how I did the math calculations.
Right.
We'll put the charts that it came up with on the screen. But then there's a second step, which is the interpretation. I'm a little worried about it because even though these charts kind of show me these trends and I interpret them, and so far they've been right, I'm nervous I'm going to make a mistake now predicting some of these things as far as the interpretation.
Well, we'll figure it out. Let's start with this one. Let's start with Bitcoin.
I put these in alphabetical order. So this is Bitcoin. It's got a top part that is the actual stock going up and down, or the Bitcoin going up and down in price. The middle is one of the short-term calculations. The bottom is a longer-term calculation. You can see these waves in the longer term.
Yeah. So
it feels like there's waves going up, down, and we're heading down. We're not at the bottom. That's what it feels like on this 20 to 50 chart on the bottom.
All right. I'm looking at the volume, and I'm looking at how
the volume is all the blue lines.
There was a spike in the volume recently, it would seem.
That was huge.
Yeah.
So that, I think, was Elon Musk buying a bunch of Bitcoin for Tesla.
Okay.
Unless it happened earlier. Or that was when it hit the news. I don't know. These are only numbered, but that doesn't make sense because it's going down there.
Well.
Oh, you know what that is? That's when everybody went nuts on GME a second time. Okay, I know nothing. I didn't research that. I spent all my hours putting numbers into this thing.
On the 5 to 20, you can see it's kind of curving up, but it's kind of petering out.
You're looking at the volume?
I'm looking at the stock price now. The volume went way low on the 5 to 20.
Yeah, now let's look at the past on the 5 to 20. Every time the volume went low in the past, it kind of, when it first went low, it looks like it dipped down to me.
Right. I'm thinking...
And here it's going up, so it's the opposite pattern.
I'm thinking Bitcoin's going to be trending down this week, but not super far down. I think it's just going to be kind of petering out. I don't know.
I did a bunch of predictions, and here they are. Let's see. I did these yesterday or the day before.
That's just my thoughts after looking at this chart for a few seconds.
I said decline through March 16, maybe, and that was based on the 20 to 50 volume.
Right.
So I kind of agree with you. I think Bitcoin's going down.
I think it's not... Well, I don't think it's going to be a sharp decline, but I think it's
just going to be poor investment.
Let's talk about Corsair. Corsair's going down.
Well,
I don't know. How about...
Honestly, this chart, it was going down this whole time. And this 20 to 50 volume is curving up on the past. Here it's curving up.
I don't see it. I think it could just be curving like here you could say if you just had this, then you could say it's slightly curving up. Like here you could say, oh, it's curving back up. I think
Okay,
it's
so
not.
he's pointing at the, how many, what is that, 77 around there?
Yeah.
See how the volume was down? It started curving up a little for one tick, and then it goes down a little, and then it curves up for two ticks at 77. What happened there? It was already going up before it got to there. That was the top.
Yeah, I don't know. I
don't think that's going to help us predict.
I don't think it's going to work out.
So what's interesting is the 5 to 20, the volume mimics the motion of the stock pretty much. There were these waves.
Right.
And then here it went opposite. This is when it got popular, I think, on Reddit maybe.
Right.
Over here maybe. When I had time to think clearly, I said I thought it would have a rebound all week and for a few days the following week because of the volume I wrote. I think I was looking at the 20 to 50 just thinking it's curving up. Last time that happened, honestly, the stock went down. I think I'm a fool.
I don't think Corsair is going up anytime soon. I don't know. That's just my thoughts on it.
Well, let's think about what this volume means. This means lower volume when it's down here. Relative lower volume.
Mm-hmm.
Although in the last few trading days it picked up. When something's going down and the volume picks up, sometimes it means that more and more people are jumping on the bandwagon and selling it.
Right. Right at the end of the 5 to 20, you can see it picks up there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't
so when in doubt, stay out.
Yeah.
This is GME. I just
GameStop,
ran it.
Right.
GameStop. I just ran it because it was popular in the past. It's weird how this line on the bottom here, the 20 to 50, the stock price line is like trending way up, but that's opposite the 5 to 20. I'm sorry, 20 to 50. It's been going up here, but look at how the volume's dropping on the top two charts. That means it's losing interest, losing momentum. Here in the long term, it seems to be gaining. You know, I looked at this a week ago, and I thought it was going to have another spike, but not until March 26th. But now I think it's going to go down for a bit. I wrote, going down next 10 days. The previous prediction of a spike is going to probably be delayed. Why did I think it was going to have a spike? Probably because of this huge dip on the 5 to 20.
Right. I don't know. I'm looking.
This is almost like the more I do this, the more I think I don't know anything.
That's true. It can get confusing. I'm looking at. I think the thing is, it's much easier to tell when the three charts kind of line up.
These are all lined up.
No, I mean like when they go up, they all go up, and when they go down, they all go down. Here, it feels like on the bottom chart it's curving up, but on the top
middle
chart,
chart,
it's
curving down.
Well, the volume's really low here.
I feel like the time we're in right now is one of the hardest to predict stock moves, honestly. Over the weekend, they passed that spending bill for the COVID relief bill where everybody gets the check for $1,400. What are they all going to do with it? They're all going to buy stock, right?
Yeah.
So if that happens, and if no one knew before that was going to happen, that would make the stock market go up. But I think people possibly are aware, like it's sort of like a colony of ants. They gradually become aware of things, and I feel like it's reflected in the volume and stock price of these charts. So, I mean, I'm going to still post these charts on my video while we're talking about it, but our interpretation isn't necessarily accurate, so people can see the chart themselves, and maybe they'll come up with better ideas and comment on them.
You know what? With this 20 to 50, I'm thinking maybe GameStop is going to go up a little bit.
I know. It doesn't it look like it?
With this, it's like...
This is a longer term.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, okay, it might go down in the short term and up in the longer term.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I don't know. We'll have to see for that. We'll wait and see if our predictions are correct or not on that one.
Yeah, that's kind of why I'm making them. This is sort of a test.
Yeah, this is a test.
I put a bunch of stuff on my Facebook club. I'm not going to put it way out in public, but in my private Facebook club, I put it in print because I want to see if it's accurate. And
I can
learn
tell
from
already just by looking at this stock. There's some shit going on here. Hold on.
This is called EXPI. I have no idea anything about it.
That's a really sharp decline on the 20 to 50.
Like this past one in the middle here at 133 mark.
Yeah, no.
You know, last week everything kind of crashed with a lot of volume. That also is making a lot of these patterns break, you know? I also noticed, though, when the volume goes up, look at this 5 to 20. When the volume goes up, the stock goes up. When the volume goes up, the stock goes up. When the volume goes up, the stock goes up. It's like predicting it. But here, the volume went up and the stock went down. But there's this thing called a washout. When people really get on the bandwagon and everybody sells their stock, the stock will also hit bottom and go up.
Right.
So this could actually be predicting. A lot of these charts look alike. A lot of them have this big crash this week with the high volume. So it could be that's predicting it going up whenever you see that.
Right.
Like if it suddenly shot up tomorrow, Monday, this would still curve slowly up. So because this is the 20 to 50 is this more slow reaction. But isn't it interesting how there's always these waves where it exceeds and then goes underneath this average.
Right,
just keeps bouncing up and down. So actually, here's another way I thought of looking at it, is just from point to point, sort of.
Is this the actual stock price?
That's the actual stock.
Okay, that makes more sense.
I'm just using this 5 to 20 to demonstrate it because I feel like it's an exaggeration of that. So here's the reason there's a peak in the 5 to 20 is it short term went up compared to long term. I feel like every once in a while there's a bump, and you can also measure the distance between the bumps and figure, okay, there's going to be a certain time until the next one.
Right.
I mean, back here on EXPI, there's so little movement on the stock that it doesn't even look like you would have made a profit. It's really hard to see the changes in the stock that far back. Right. Okay, so what do you think? Looking at it's hard to know because every single one of these reflects this week's crash, except for GME doesn't. GME went up while everything else crashed. I don't even know.
I think this stock might be headed down a little bit more.
Yeah, that's when I see this, I feel like, okay.
Yeah. I think maybe after that, maybe it might be a good time to buy in.
When there's a washout, there's a big spike in volume. Here's some high volume as it's going down, but it's not one really pronounced spike. So
yeah, here even the volume went up and it started to go down almost immediately.
So it's almost like everybody's jumping on the bandwagon to sell it.
Yeah.
Rather than do these in alphabetical order, let's pick out oil. I want to show you oil.
Okay.
Oil is weird.
Oh, no.
So this is actually OIL is a thing I think you can trade that is the crude oil price futures. I don't know if you can trade OIL without doing futures, but it has these weird dates where it'll trade and then it'll have a day off, and it'll trade and it'll have a day off. So I tried to correct by removing the dates that were blank, they didn't give prices for. But I see this weird pattern of volume that shows me that there's obviously, the futures obviously trade on a cycle as far as volume goes. And then looking at the price, I don't think that predicts anything. The price is just static.
Yeah, it looks very, unmoving.
Very static. Except for here.
Except for there.
On the 29-day mark, this is a year's data. This was the day that oil went negative. And look at the volume.
On the actual chart, it looks like it's going up. But
the black is the oil price, It was actually a negative dollar amount. Look,
Hmm.
actually here on the right, you have the dollar amounts. Oil went to like negative 20.
It's weird because on the 5 to 20 and the 20 to 50, it looks like it's actually kind of trending downward. That might just be because of the weird spike with the negative there.
Do you mean the black line, the price? That's going up.
Here it's going up. Here.
And the 20 to 50. Oh, the 5 to 20, you mean?
Yeah.
It's just like flat.
I don't know.
So there's been a lot of talk about oil lately because it kind of climbed up and everyone's surprised it's up at $60 a barrel.
I think it might in part be due to the fact that it went negative. So we're seeing a very zoomed out chart.
Yeah, I think that really screwed up this chart and you can't really see.
Yeah, you can't really read it.
Okay, well, that's logical. There is quite a little blip up on the end there.
Mm-hmm.
It's been just gradually trending up.
Gradually trending up.
Okay, well, we can't tell much from that. That's interesting.
SLGG.
Oh, the thing about this is a friend asked me to look into this because Reddit's working on it.
Okay.
You can see where they worked on it at the
Yeah, I
end
can
there.
see that. That's very clearly going up at the moment.
So the prices of these shares, they're right around $3. I get leery when you have a cheap price on a stock because when it goes under $3, there's all these SEC restrictions. I'm not sure if you can even buy an option in this. Actually, because Reddit loves options, maybe you can. So I'm going to check.
I'm just going to look at this chart for a little bit. Trying to wrap my mind around what I'm looking at. Like, again, this is easier if you have a stock that you've, like, looked at for a while. Super League Gaming.
Okay, it's Super League Gaming. I clicked the buy, and there's no choice of doing options.
Just not.
No options supported
Okay.
on Robinhood. That doesn't mean they're not available. It's just they don't sell it on Robinhood. I just want to see what the 100 most popular is on Robinhood. I do not see SLGG on here. I'm trending down here on the list. I do not see it. I think it's either because the Reddit guys are trading options on a different platform now, or...
You didn't look at all of them, though.
Well, it was 100.
Yeah.
You want me to keep looking?
If you can't say it's not on the 100 if you don't look at all 100.
Well, that's a good point. Nope.
Okay. Nope.
The top stock on the 100 top stocks is Apple, Tesla, AMC, Sundial.
Is GME on there?
I doubt it. I'm going to find it. Oh, yep. It's down about 15.
Okay.
Okay, what do you think? I mean, it's hard to tell. There's a sudden spike because of Reddit.
You can't really predict how the Reddit spikes will go. It looks like it... Well, the volume kind of dropped off already on the actual.
Yeah, I think you can predict stuff. Like on the other Reddit thing, Gamestop, I could see the volume petering out. And what's nice is these relative volumes that I've created really show it. Whereas if you just look at the chart, it's hard to see. But I created these relative volumes, and you can just see, look at, on the GME chart on 20 to 50, right there is the peak of the volume. It started going down. So what number is that? That's like around 235 or 4. Uh-oh, the top chart doesn't have the right numbering. I said 235 or 4, so let's look at 35 or 4. That would have been right here. That would have been the top.
Yeah.
So it kind of did predict the top on that spike.
I mean, I guess if you can call it predicting, it's kind of hard because it's only dropping down a little bit at that point in time if you're a frame of reference.
Well, I'd rather sell at this point here at the $400 mark than I would the next day at the $300 mark.
Right. With SLGG,
that's what I'm looking for, is something to predict when to get out.
it does look like the volume is starting to drop off.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say it's risky to get in at this point.
I would like not be in it.
risky to get
I
in.
would not. So I would not buy a put though.
I
Last
wouldn't
week
either.
I did do a put because you said you might become put boy, and on your interest in puts, I decided to buy one for the family, and I remembered why I hate puts so much.
Yeah.
They're always so overpriced. It's so hard to make money. I predicted a stock and I predicted exactly what it would do, and it moved a great deal, and I just broke even at the end.
Yeah.
It wasn't worth it. I forgot what stock it was now.
Well, you
But
gotta buy
it was
puts
like
when
down.
the stock is going up.
I bought the put. Okay, yeah, I don't remember. Was I buying it on momentum down?
I think that's like the big thing.
Yeah.
Don't buy on momentum.
It was like a $10 put on a $100 stock or something.
Yeah, when you're trading options, don't buy on momentum.
Here's Tesla. So just looking at the stock price, it's like curving down. Here's an experiment I wanted to do a long time ago. I think anybody could take a chart of a price and follow it with their pencil all along till they get to the end, and then just subconsciously draw where they think it'll go next.
The volume's starting to swing back up, I think.
Yeah, so here's the problem I'm having. The volume's up and the price is going down.
I think it might start swinging up in a bit.
I thought after a couple days Tesla's going to start going up. And
I think
it's
that
not
might be.
it's kind of this is what made me question my interpretation skills, because I have other stocks that have this higher volume and lower price, and I'm saying, "Oh, that just means more people are selling it." But for some reason, looking at this chart, I feel differently.
I think there might be a case where I think it might be about to swing back up, I think. I don't know.
Why? What are you looking at that makes you feel that way?
Just like here the volume is starting to spike, here the volume is starting to spike, and it isn't really that clear on the actual chart, but on these two charts you can actually see that it's starting to swing back up. And that's making me think, well, this could kind of peter out and like start swinging back.
Well, you got to run out of sellers at some point. Also, okay, here's the thing that I'm trying to just look at charts and not use my personal thoughts. But this crazy spike up in one day, they went from $655 a share to over $800 a share, and then they went back down to $600 a share in one day.
Mm-hmm.
That was because on the same day, this guy, Adam Jonas, who follows Tesla, he said he thought it was worth $800 a share, and he upgraded it. And the same day, Kathy Wood, who's a big investor, she came out years ago and said Tesla was worth $4,000 a share back when it was $200.
Mm-hmm.
Since then, they went up to like $800 and split 5 ways. So she was pretty much right. She went and bought a whole bunch more shares, and she announced she was buying more shares, and that was also on Wednesday. So this stock went crazy.
And then why did it shoot back down?
I did not find that. I found people saying, well, that doesn't change anything, they still suck or whatever. I think also when it shoots up that fast, that's crazy and people take profits.
Mm-hmm.
But I think those are two positive factors. It also is overpriced a little, people think, but then it's also going to take over the world, right? So I think the reason it came down to was the chip shortage in autos is affecting them, along with everybody else probably.
Right.
But I feel like that in the back of my mind, plus this chart makes me think, and here it's going up. This 20 to 50 blue lines are going up. And I'm thinking, when there's big momentum on the way down, I feel like it might take a while to come up, but I feel like it's inevitable. It's the 20 to 50 is so low, it's near the negative 10% line. You'd think that would just have to go up. It's like, how far down can it go?
If you look at it here.
So my plan is to buy a longer term option, like a 2-month option on Tesla. That's what I'm thinking.
I think that might be a good idea.
It's probably pretty expensive, but it's better than doing nothing.
Yeah, I don't know.
What were you going to look at over here?
Well, here it's like the volume starts to come back up, and then the stock starts to come back up. And like here, the volume starts to come back up, and then the stock starts to come back up. But that's very short. Like that's a much shorter. Like here, the volume starts to come back up, and the stock is still down. And I'm like, what's the deal with that?
I'm going to look at the stock price right here at the 177 mark.
It looks to me like more and more people are getting back into Tesla and trading it more, and the volume's starting to get back up.
Part of me thinks there's no bad news. It's like if some stock is in the public eye and people are talking about it, it just means more people will buy it.
Right.
That has nothing to do with these charts, but I feel like it's just all that good news on Wednesday and then it crashed sets it up, I think. So I kind of want to buy this. I want to buy a 2-month option on Tesla.
Okay.
Is there any other ones we looked at that we would want to buy?
Not for me.
So
most
far,
of them are trending down.
I feel like most of them I don't trust them.
Yeah, even with Tesla, I don't fully trust it.
Oh, LOGI. Here's a funny thing about LOGI. I thought it would climb. So let's look at LOGI. Did we talk about this one yet?
Not yet.
I looked at this and I thought the same thing. It's because the 2050 line is coming up now.
I don't know. Maybe.
Same thing. It's like on the short-term chart, on 5 to 20, the volume's up and its price has just dropped like a rock. But how low does it ever get, you know? That's really low. It's like a washout almost.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have in the news the fact that everyone's getting these checks, so the stock market will probably go up on Monday. My concern is it might open high, but I feel like Mondays are usually positive days. This is, I guess, the stock price way down here on the 20 to 50. It just dropped down here.
That's a big drop.
It doesn't make any sense. I must have an error in my chart. I better double check that. I have my computer over there. Let me double check that because that just doesn't look right. And I was actually thinking of buying this. You have to watch out for it when you're doing these kind of charts.
Can you click on the cell for me? The cells that were no.
Yeah, I just want to see if this is even lined up.
The weird cells I meant.
Nope, that's accurate.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Can you click on the cell for me?
4 to 263, and look at that. There's these little weird black lines down here. Something weird about this.
I don't think that's accurate.
2 hours later.
That looks different.
I fixed it. It was wrong.
Okay. And you were saying it was right just a minute ago.
It didn't make any sense.
And I was telling you, no, they're wrong. Click on the cell and you...
Well, clicking on the cell, you see like 50 million numbers all added together. Okay, I took a new screenshot of that. That'll be the new Logitech. Okay, what do you think of this chart? God, It's falling off the face of the earth. So I think in the past, every time the volume went up... No, it did not. Nope, here the volume's going up and it's just declining.
I don't think the volume is tied to the value of the stock at this point.
Not on the 20 to 50. Okay, looking on this 5 to 20. Here's the volume going up and it's declining. And until the volume tapers off, you're still going down. So I think, looking at this chart, Logitech will keep going down until the volume tapers off on the 5 to 20.
I think that's correct. I think wait until the volume starts to taper off, and then that's when you buy.
Damn. I told somebody on the internet I thought it would go up, but that was based on that other chart that was wrong.
Yeah.
So the only thing I want to buy so far is Tesla, huh?
Maybe. I'm still not sure about Tesla.
It's just a maybe. Okay, I also have this MP, and somebody asked me to do Neo. Neo I also didn't like. I'm just going to say that real quick. I'll post it. MP, this is elements that they use in batteries for electric cars and stuff like that. So I kind of like it as a stock, and Kramer recommended it too, but I should not pay attention to my proclivities when I look at the chart.
I don't think this is going up.
On the 5 to 20, I feel like it's the same thing. When the volume goes up, it will continue with whatever it's doing until the volume stops, and that's the end of whatever it's doing. So here, the volume starts tapering off, and it's still going down a little bit until the volume almost breaks this breaks even. So right now the volume's going down, and it's just started going down. And this wavy thing sort of looks to me like it should wave down farther. I think MP's going down for a bit.
I don't know. I think it's going to go down a bit, but I don't think it's going to go down in the long term. I think that with this wavy line, it's sort of going down
20 to
and then
50.
up, then down, and then it looks like it should be on the upswing, but it looks like it's going to take a little bit of a down and then go up.
Yeah, like a little bump down.
Yeah. I think short term it's going down, long term it's going up.
So let's try to decide if we're going to buy Tesla. What are you looking at?
Let's look at Tesla. I don't know.
I'm starting to think it's increasing volume as it's going down. Okay, it started going down. I'm looking at the 20 to 50 and also the actual stock price. It started going down around the 229 mark,
You know what I think?
And I think it started going down, and this volume's going up, 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 up until the volume stops going up. I'm not going to buy it.
I think you're right. I think it's the same deal as the other one, where it's like most of the time when it goes up, the stock goes up. But in this case, I think it's the exception where
it's just
going
increasing.
up because
people
think
are
it's
selling.
going down. People are selling. What you want to do is you want to wait for the volume to taper off and then buy.
Did we talk about TQQQ? Because this is the overall market. And
the whole market. The whole market is volumes going up, stock prices going down.
At some
wait
point
for things to calm down, then buy.
Right, but the news is that everyone's getting their check. Although the news is also the government spending money it doesn't have.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I should ignore the news. But also I'm looking at these charts, and it seems like there's a maximum that this volume gets to. And it seems like they hit the maximum.
Well, that's 100%.
No, that's a 10.
Oh. You sure?
Yeah, that's a 10.
Oh, it's a point. There's a decimal.
So I feel like it could be almost over, but I think it would be safe to... Here's the problem. If Monday the stock goes up, I'm going to be tempted to buy in.
I don't think you should.
My last week's comment was I'm going to sit it out for 8 more days, because last week when I analyzed this, I said I think it's going to go down for 10 days.
I think you should keep an eye on the volume.
I think I should sit out the market
and sit it out
on Monday, even though Mondays are typically up, and even though that was good news and people might go crazy and buy.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that happened on Friday is people started noticing that they're spending money they don't have, and the economy's going to get hurt by this long term.
Right.
But then it was a V, and it went right back up.
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I just think that things need to calm down before we can start investing and accurately predicting.
Or invest long term.
Yeah, but even then.
Because, I mean, if I could buy it when it's going down, I'd make money, right?
Only if you buy it. Well, yeah, but if you wait and then buy it while it's going down.
It's catch-22.
You'll make
if
more
I
money.
When will I wait more money?
If you wait and it's still going down, but you buy it before it starts going up.
This is so hard to run these every day.
It's like Bayonetta. You don't want to dodge after you get hit by the attack, but you want to dodge just before the attack hits you.
Okay, I am not going to play. I'm just going to watch you play.
You just got to play Bayonetta.
I think I'm not going to do anything on the stock market. I'm going to wait.
You got to hit them perfect dodges. Get witch time.
Witch time?
Witch time.
Is that when I learn how to be a witch?
It's a mechanic in Bayonetta. It's what happens when you trade perfectly. And you dodge right at the right moment before the other thing happens, and then everything slows down and you can deal way more damage. We are becoming literally like...
Michael, you always talk about games. Do you think that maybe we're just talking about the stock market as a game?
Yeah. That's what it is.
That's
It's
our
a game.
angle. Yeah, it's just a game.
Poker's a game. Doesn't mean you can't win money off of it.
Oh, that's it. Let's just go to Vegas. Okay, I'm done.
Stock market is just an elaborate gambling game with more reliable rules.
I should just use my psychic abilities. I think I'd do
Yeah, that's
better.
what we're doing here. That's what we're doing. We're looking at the charts and we're using
when
our
I
psychic abilities to determine if the stock will go up or down.
When I talk about the charts with you or on camera, I can't use my psychic abilities. But when I'm alone and I look at it a really long time, I feel like I get an inspiration and I know what's going to happen.
Okay. Well, let's figure it out. Let's see.
This is just
Make a list.
test.
Okay, Mom, here's what we're going to do. You're in editing. You're watching this right now. Make a list of every prediction we've made in this video.
And then next
And
week,
then
let's
next
see how
video,
they came out.
We're going to see how things go. And we're going to take a score. And whichever one of us gets the most predictions correct wins.
Okay, I think we agreed on everything, though.
I don't think we agreed on everything.
I think I would like to buy Tesla.
Okay.
But maybe not.
Let's figure it out.
I'm afraid. Okay.
Okay. Bye.
I'll see you next week.
See you next week.